Hey there, everyone. Here we are back for our second review. These will be lessons 81 through 90. And there will be a few little new ideas presented, and the fact that they may be worded differently from the original time you encountered this idea, not to worry, that's deliberate. So the way we will do this is that there will be 2 ideas each day. The earlier part of the day, you're to dwell on the first one, and obviously the latter part of the day on the second one. And here's what the practice will look like. You will do your 15-minute practice in the morning and in the evening, and then the shorter little ones in between, as always. And here's the general idea to follow. Take a few minutes at the beginning to read the line and then the few little comments that are under it. So just contemplate them. Do not try to figure out, do not try to memorize or anything like that. The contemplation means your specific, single-minded, devoted attention to these ideas. There's no force involved. It's just that everything else disappears. It doesn't matter what you've thought up to this moment. Now what you're contemplating in this moment has got the power in it. You can probably guess this is some rewiring that's going on. And enormous life changes can occur when you radically change your mind, which of course is what this course is all about. And then if for some reason you allow your mind to wander while you're starting to try to listen, bring it back, read it, and then be quiet. Because the major part of this exercise is for listening quietly. And here's a really exciting part. There's a message here waiting for you. This is tailor-made for you because you want it, you have asked for it, it belongs to you, so feel very confident that you're going to receive it. Now, don't let anything get in the way of your intent. Don't let distracting thoughts hold a grip in there. Whatever random thoughts may try to intrude, remember they're ego thoughts, therefore they're fear-driven thoughts, and therefore they have no meaning and no power. So just let them go and replace them with your decision and your determination to focus on these true ideas, because this is your will, your loving, real will that has the power over all of these fantasies and dreams. So trust that your very powerful will is going to help you succeed. And then in this last paragraph, it asks us to regard these practice periods as dedications to the way and the truth and the life. All that sounds very biblical. Don't be sidetracked. It doesn't matter what you've believed up to this point. Realize that you are dedicated to finding your way home. You are dedicated to realizing you never left. That's what finding your way home is all about. And be determined to practice your function. Now remember, your function is releasing grievances and not being wedded to the form of anything. And if you lose your peace, just come back and read the first line and let that do it. Those secondary little comments are just suggestions. They're not cast in concrete. Make up your own if that works for you. And here we are with our first lesson. I am the light of the world. Remember, you're to just focus on this for just 3 or 4 minutes. Use different words if you need to, no problem at all. But remember, we are holy. The presence, the reality of us is divine. And that divine function is lighting up the world, loving, being present, being brilliant, being omniscient, all of which are really true about us. So let me just not argue about my holiness. Just let the calm light fall everywhere and my conflicts will disappear. Just as the sun shines, it doesn't ask for anything in return, and in that process, darkness disappears. So in this peace, I don't have any conflicts because I have a singular purpose. I just want to shine. So then it asks, if certain difficulties arise, think of these ideas. Let me not obscure the light of the world in me. That would be by being defensive, shutting down, holding on to grievances. That's how I would obscure. Let the light of the world shine through this appearance. Don't be fooled by the world of form. You don't need to pay any attention to form. You need to pay attention to the idea for the day. This shadow will vanish before the light. That says bodies and actions and words and behaviors can't dim this light. Now, for the idea for the end of the day, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. That means I'm just going to lose interest in all those grievances. I'm going to lose interest in whatever the goals of my ego might possibly have been. This is about releasing. And it's through this releasing that I can be aware of the light in me. I cannot possibly hold grievances and know without a doubt that I am the light. So it's in this light that my function is very clear to me. In the light of my loving nature, it's completely, totally reasonable that grievances have to go. Now, this is an important idea. My acceptance of my function doesn't depend on recognizing what it is. In other words, it doesn't depend upon my recognizing the totality of what happens when I release, because I'm not clear about that. But I will trust that in this light, if I decide to expand into my own loving nature, then I will see it. I will discover the power that comes from releasing. Okay. Specific forms, let this help me learn what forgiveness means. Let me not separate my function from my will. In other words, I want my powerful will to be focused only on my function and not be distracted by a lot of noise that my ego makes. And of course, it does always make a lot of noise, but I am not required to pay attention to it. Then I will not use this for any alien purpose. In other words, I'm going to keep my will devoted specifically to my function of letting go of grievances, and I'm not going to get distracted. Okay, I hope you have a great practice today. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.